Guys, our friends are back. The Game Time app is back, and y'all know how much we love the Game Time app at DCTV because the Game Time app gives you an opportunity to get last-minute tickets to anything you want, whether it's basketball, football, mixed martial arts, comedy shows. The Game Time app has you. And how about this? Your boy DC is going to help you get $20 off your first purchase by using my promo code DCTV. You know, the last time I used the Game Time app, the boy Luis wanted to go to a UFC fight. And you know how that dude don't be inviting his girlfriend. He needed an extra ticket. So the boy DC got him. I went to the Game Time app, punched that promo code DCTV, saved $20 off, and then save Luis's relationship. So guys, go to the Game Time app right now, download it, use my promo code DCTV, and save $20 off of your first purchase. Game Time. Welcome back, my friends. And Luis, your boy loves you. I always got you, baby. Let's get to the video. Daniel Cormier! Another episode of Funky and the Champ. I'm fat. Jamal's like skinny fat. Right? You're skinny fat.
Take it back.
Today I chose violence.
I'm suing. Sue them. I had the mute on for the fight. Sorry, Daniel. I did mute you.
You guys are gonna be lifetime enemies because of the shit you say the moment you get a microphone in your face. Bro, you're crazy. All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Funky and the Champ. I'm Daniel Cormier. That is my man, Ben Askren. Ben, what's up, baby? How you doing, dog? I see you this weekend in Arizona, right?
I am not attending the Arizona event. We have a good squad going from AWA, though. Some good coaches. But there is another big event this weekend, Daniel. Are you aware of what it is?
What?
Mizzou versus Oklahoma State Wrestling, baby.
Yeah, but what you're going to that opposed to PNL?
No, I'm not going to that. I'm not going to. Daniel, you barely ever show up. Don't come on here and act crazy. We send guys everywhere.
Doug, listen. Oklahoma State has wrestled so good this year. It's unbelievable, dude. And we have 5 freshmen starting, so the future's looking bright for the Cowboys. It's exciting times.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're doing good. Ben, I wanted to talk to you about a couple things tonight. One, something on the internet. I know you're not supposed to listen to the internet, right? But every now and again, you come across some stuff that's interesting and it kind of piques your mind a little bit. One thing I saw, though, was that, and I don't know who reported this. It's so weird because there's stuff.
Oh, now you're like me, just sharing rumors that you hear.
Yes, dude, they really are like you. So I was like, if a guy's like me, I'm like, oh, man, that makes a lot of sense. Somebody said that the UFC was looking to add 165 and then move 170 to 175. And they were doing this because they wanted to do Chandler and McGregor as the 165-pound championship fight. Do you think that we need more weight classes?
Listen, I tried pushing the 65-75 thing many years ago when I was coming to UFC, and my good friend Tyler Woodley was the champion because I wasn't going to fight him, so I wanted another path to a title. So I tried pushing the issue. Yes, I think honestly, I think going 55, 65, 75, 85 would be good. I think it's right. You know, I think we think in wrestling there's too few of weight classes. And while 15 pounds isn't as wide as the gaps are in wrestling, like in the Olympics, they're still just a little bit too wide, in my opinion. You know, so I actually like the 65, 75, 85. And then I think the 205 is appropriate because there's less big guys, and then the heavyweight. So I think it'll be perfect. I don't think Dana's going to do it. Dana's really stuck on.
Why do you think he's against it so bad, though?
I think, you know what I think it is? I think it's probably the boxing thing, right? So Dana came up with boxing background, and boxing's opposite of wrestling, right? Wrestling has too few, boxing has too many. It feels like there's one every 4 pounds or something. There's literally so many weight classes. It's really hard to keep track of. And so I think he's like, I don't want to be that. So here's my line in the sand, and I'm not going any further than this.
But like, when I heard that, and it made me go, wow, that might work. Because 35, 45, 55, it doesn't feel crowded. You know, that's the thing, right? And this is what makes me look to it and go, this might work because 25, 35, 45, 55, it still feels like there are guys stuck in between.
Yeah, for sure.
Max Holloway, while he is now going to fight Justin Gaethje at 155, at 145 he was a little big, especially for a while. And then when he went to 155 and fought Dustin, he seemed to be a little small. So it felt like 150 would be ideal for Max Holloway. But when you got 45, 55, it didn't feel like too much. And then 170, it was always what it was. So it just feels like it doesn't need to change. But when you look at it and go, it doesn't seem that bad. I just think that right now, you can't do it. You can't do it now because it would feel like you're doing it specifically for or to appease Conor McGregor. And you can't do that right now.
McGregor's coming off 4 losses, Daniel. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if he was a guy who'd won 20 in a row or something, and there was just, kind of like my situation where I'm like, well, I'm not going to fight Tyron, right, where there's someone he didn't want to fight, then I think it would make more sense. But if we're going to just try to make a belt for Conor, like, just make another BMF or something. Like, make IMF, Irish mother effer.
No, but the thing is this, right, Ben? Like, if you do, though, it has to be Conor. If you do 165, it has to be Conor.
Why?
You can't.
That's dumb. You stop.
I'm telling you
right now.
No, I'm telling you. You want me to tell you why? Want me to tell you why? Because you're introducing a new weight class. It has to mean something. You can't have 2 normal fighters introducing a weight. Look, it didn't work. It didn't work at 145 when they did it for the women. And it didn't work.
They only had 2 people in the division.
But it doesn't matter. No, not initially, Ben. It ended up being 2 people. But if you recall, Jermaine Durandamy fought Holly Holm for that championship in Brooklyn. Wasn't a great fight. But then Jermaine Durandamy won the fight. Refused to fight Cris Cyborg.
Yeah, that was wild.
Nobody took it serious.
That was crazy.
Until Cris Cyborg became the champion. And when Cris Cyborg became the champion, it wasn't a problem. But
that wasn't because she had a big name. That was because she hadn't lost in freaking.
But that was the only reason that worked was because it was Cris Cyborg. And that'll be the same thing.
No, you're wrong.
Add this belt without a guy with a name.
You're wrong. Yeah, you are.
You can't just say I'm wrong. You got to give me something to make me believe that.
You're wrong. Listen, Cris Cyborg hadn't lost. Everyone knew she was the best fighter in the world that weight class. That's why no one gave a damn when someone else had the belt because they knew who the best fighter was. Conor McGregor can't win a fight. He hasn't won a fight.
But do you
since 2016?
But do you know that Conor McGregor is not the best 165-pound fighter in the world? You don't know that because you've never seen it.
You shut up.
I'm serious. You don't know that because you've never seen it. What if Conor McGregor at 165 is the perfect spot for him?
You just stop right now.
I'm serious.
You're trying to make me angry.
I'm not.
I'm going to come in and try to make piss Ben off.
No, I'm serious, Ben.
But okay, listen. No, if we're going to make a 65 division, I'm great with it. I think it's great. I'm a fan of it, even though it doesn't benefit me now because I'm old and retired. I thought it was a good idea back then. I think it's a good idea now. I think it's a great idea.
Why wouldn't it be Chandler McGregor?
Because Conor McGregor hasn't beat anyone meaningful since 2016. Daniel, we're in 2024. The last time Conor McGregor beat anyone meaningful, Barack Obama was president.
Yeah, I know. But listen,
bro, that's wild. Think about that.
Dude, but see, here's the thing, right? You're giving me facts that really don't matter. Whereas I'm giving you facts. Whereas I'm giving you facts that actually can show you why it works, and that's because of Cris Cyborg. Cris
Cyborg was actually good at fighting at that time.
But if Demetrius Johnson wasn't the first flyweight champion of the world, I don't know if it mattered. If Valentina Shevchenko didn't go from 135 after fighting Amanda so close at 35 to 125, I don't know if it works. Listen to this. Joanna Jędrzejczyk went up from 115 to fight 125 because, again, they needed a name to solidify the belt. You can't do it, Ben. Hey, Leon Edwards goes 175 and is crowned the champion immediately. Nobody bats an eyelid. But if you put two dudes that are fantastic, but they have no name value, you end up in a position where you have a belt like the women's featherweight division.
No, this is wrong. This is wrong.
I'm telling you, bro.
No. Okay, 165 pounds is actually literally probably the most competitive weight class in the world. Like this is where men are. That's how big they grow. 165 pounds. You're gonna get the most dudes in that weight class more than any weight class. And if you actually look at the depth of 55 and 70, so I remember I did this when I was pushing the issue. Between 55 and 70, there was like 220 people on the roster, right? So 220 people between two weight classes. But then there's like heavyweight and there's like 40 of them. There's like 125. There's like 40 of them. Like these weight classes are so big. Women's featherweight, I don't even know why you keep bringing that damn thing up.
Well,
Dana had to give Cris Cyborg a belt because she's the best woman in the world. But they never had more than 3 people in that division. They had fake ones move up. They had fake ones move up. They had 135s go up. They weren't actually 45.
Stop. I will tell you.
Name actual 45s.
All right. Aspen Ladd. Jermaine Durandamy.
No, 35.
No, Jermaine Durandamy.
Put that finger down. Put your finger
Holly
down.
Holm. Cris Cyborg.
Holly Holm, 35.
Megan.
She actually was.
With that girl, Megan Anderson.
She sucked, though.
It doesn't matter what you think about the way
that's
they
3.
fight.
You named 3. You named 3.
No, I've named 5.
No, you didn't. 2 of them were 35s. You can't double count.
Also, the gal that fought her from Canada fought Amanda Nunes for the belt at 45.
She was not very good. Also, all right, you got 4. You got 4.
See,
4
I'm
people.
listening.
Daniel, they have 4 people in that division. That's why no one took it seriously because there's only 4 people in there.
No,
I actually,
disagree.
This is a total sidebar. I don't know how they couldn't find women in that division because like women's wrestling has weight classes larger than that are really competitive. Women's sports do.
It wasn't that they couldn't find nobody. Nobody wanted to fight Cris Cyborg.
Nobody
wanted to fight Cris Cyborg.
I did my research, Daniel. Large women in fighting don't exist.
Dude, that's not true.
No, it is. Go look it up. Look on what is that damn website? There's the website that lists like
it's called Tapology.
No, the one that ranks everyone to like 800. Like it'll rank you to like 800. Women above 145. There was like 19 of them in the whole world.
That's not true, man.
It was. There was like none. I looked it up. Oh my
God, this dude did my research. Stuff. You actually. Here's the thing.
What?
You're actually doing exactly what the person did. That why we're discussing this exact topic right now. You're just making shit up and expect people to believe it. It's just crazy.
Right, I'm gonna look it up now. Women's. All right. What is above 145 called?
But again, I will not stand down on this. I do believe that the person has to have a name.
You're so crazy.
I really do. Or maybe Kamaru Usman goes to 165. It has to be someone with a name.
He can't make that weight class.
No, I don't think so. But still,
maybe Khabib. If Khabib came back,
yes, or Khabib.
But he's won the last 30 fights in a row, so I'm great with that.
I get what I get the point you're trying to make.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you, man, the person has to matter. That
Justin Gaethje, we could put Justin Gaethje up there.
Gaethje's too small for 65. 55 is his sweet spot.
Maybe honestly, Dustin right Poirier. Now, you're kind of in a funny scenario because as I look at all the 70s, I don't know that any of them would be able to go down.
See?
Like they're all kind of big guys. Well, and so it'd be a bunch of 55ers.
So who would you put in there? Who would you put in there to make Conor McGregor?
Shut up. Here's the
You're
funny
agreeing
thing.
with me.
No, not Conor. Anybody but him. Dude, there might be weight classes matter. Here's weight classes matter. So you might have some guys who aren't as great at 70, and you put them at 65, and they actually start winning. Like think about James Green. James Green, one of the best wrestlers in the world. At 154 pounds, and you give him 143 and 163, and all of a sudden he just drops way down the ladder. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like little, he's the top 3 every year at 155. But you say he go on 43 or 163 at the Olympics, and he can't be functional at 43, and he's too small for 63.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, you're right. Weight classes matter, part of that is why I believe. Or, hey, if you don't want to do a 165-pound championship, make 165 weight class for only BMFs. And then run the BMF title. Run the BMF title through 165 pounds. Imagine that. If
my gosh.
165 was the home of the BMF championship, how many
Wow.
people would do it? How many people do you think would actually
The
do
home
it?
of the BMF. Yeah, probably. It probably would attract more 70s and 55s than the other weight classes for
Could you
sure.
imagine though, like Ben, if you make 165 the home of the BMF and all those guys,
That's the
listen,
stop.
no, listen. Think about this, Ben. Think about this, Ben. If you make 165 the home of the BMF, now you get all those guys who aren't necessarily champions. Because right now, Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway fighting for the BMF title, while it makes sense, and Dustin Poirier, it almost feels like it's not right because those guys are actually championship level fighters.
Yeah, they are.
Masvidal fought Diaz for the BMF title. You knew both of them weren't championship level fighters anymore.
Fair.
But if 165 was the home of the BMF championship,
Actually, hold on.
imagine all those
Masvidal,
fun fights you could
actually
have
got
there.
a title fight after that fight. I don't know if you remember that.
He did.
That was what propelled him to the Usman fight.
Actually, no. It's not what propelled him to the Usman fight. What propelled him to the Usman fight was because somebody got hurt. You remember someone got hurt and he took the fight on short notice?
Right.
That got him the title fight. He wasn't getting the title fight right away. I feel like it. I don't feel like it should be. I feel like it should be all the fun guys fighting for the BMF title at 165.
Well, I mean, if you do the other positive to 65, and I said this back in the day, was you're going to get more people be able to move around, right? And the interdivision matchups are actually a lot of fun. So 55s would be willing to fight 65s might go up to fight 75s, right? And people might move around a little more.
You just don't want them dudes like that's why it needs to be home of the BMF. Because if it's the home of the BMF, listen, if it's the home of the BMF, they can't challenge for champ status because right now the champ thing is going crazy. Right? You would agree.
I'm okay with it. What we talked about is I'm okay with it as long as the person's active, like a Volkanovski. I'm okay with him trying because he's super active.
All right. So Ben, from one talk of maybe a BMF champ coupled with a real UFC title to an actual former champ. One of our Olympic teammates said that if he can't beat Merab Dvalishvili, he'll walk away. Henry Cejudo.
Yes.
He said that it's a #1 contenders fight and he should win it. And I mean, I want to read his quote if I can find my phone.
Uh-oh.
He feels like he should beat him. But if he doesn't beat him, he feels like he should walk away. Do you agree with Henry?
I love it. And it's the exact same way I felt like, when he came back, he didn't come back to just F around. He came back to win a title. And if he can't win a title, then cool. He's going to be done. He's going to go do something else. That was what I said. I was retired the first time I came back. I said, I'm trying to come here to win a title. And when I got too far away after losing to Maya, I said, well, I'm not interested. And obviously I have hip surgery also. But it's like, fighting as something to do as an old man is probably just not a good idea. And for someone not fun. And for someone who's a champion like Henry, if he's not competing for titles, he doesn't want to be a mid-card type guy fighting 8, 9, 10th ranked guys. Like, that's just not what he's going to be. So I love what he's saying.
So this is what he said. He goes, this is the #1 contender spot. I think after losing to Aljo, I think if I was going to go maybe down the ladder, I would probably be done with fighting again. Yeah, man, because it's just like the sport is hard. Training camps, having 2 kids, and things like that. It's all or nothing for me. So when I hear this from Henry, I hear that he has now made a full-on commitment again to his athletics and becoming the champion.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard that after the time away, it was very difficult for Henry to train at the level that allowed for him to not only become the world champion in MMA, but also become the Olympic champion. When you're a guy like Henry Cejudo, who is so motivated, Ben, we watched that dude as a young kid become a world Olympic champion and do everything he was told. But when you start to not have that desire to do the things that you know are necessary to be that, then maybe it is time to start looking away. I just think in that quote, he is now telling us, Ben, that he is going to do all that stuff again. And if all that stuff that he did before that led to that level of success doesn't work, now it's time to walk away.
Yeah. I agree with all of your sentiments. I agree with his sentiment. I love it. I love someone who's willing to say, "Hey, here's what I'm gonna do, and here's why I'm doing it." And he's had man, I don't want to say the best ever, but one of the highest achieving athletic careers
He
in
tells you
combat
he's the
sports.
best combat
He'll
sports
tell you
athlete
that.
of all
I'm
time.
not. I don't know if I'm willing to make that comment for him. He's very willing to. I'm
You
not going
don't
to
think
argue on
so?
him.
You think an Olympic
I would have to
championship
think.
with that is not
Yeah.
enough?
I'd have to think really hard about it, probably, and make a full list of contenders of this category. I think there's a definite possibility, and if Henry wants to call himself that, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not going to argue with them. I don't know. Maybe that can be our next show. Maybe we need to determine who the greatest combat sports athlete of all time is.
For me, I think that for a normal athlete, that pressure would be too much. Don't put that type. I don't think I've ever seen a guy or a gal say, if I don't win, I'm done. This has to be it. I'm going all in. And if it doesn't work, I'm done. I don't know if I've ever seen that work out.
I feel like
I
I've heard
really
it
don't
once
know
or
if I've
twice.
ever seen that work out for anybody, bro. Especially fighting Merab.
You mean workout meaning like force them to win, or you
they
mean
don't
like
win. They don't win. And then they end up being faced with a decision that I don't know that they're comfortable making. Because I think when you put that type of pressure on yourself and you say, I'm done if this goes sideways, I ain't gonna do this, I'm finished. Then you lose, and a couple months down the line, you're like, I kind of want to make some more money.
Yeah, but I mean, I love when he forces himself to do that, because it's like, I don't know, it'd probably be easier right now for me to go make money fighting than probably anything else in my life, just because we get paid a lot of money to do what is maybe not a lot of work, but like you said, I'm not willing to make the commitment to train to get at the level to be competitive as necessary. So I just shouldn't do it, right? So
Yeah.
like, I'd be ashamed of myself for doing it. So I won't do it. And that's like Henry's putting that on himself. And so, yeah, I love that he's like holding himself accountable. He's saying it publicly. He's kind of always been that way. I don't know. I think it's great. And I don't know. Maybe he's gonna win. Maybe he's gonna lose. I'm not guaranteeing Henry victory here.
Who do you think you think he beats Merab?
I don't know. Merab's really good.
He's really good, and he has a good style, right? He seems to have a really good style for Henry.
Henry's kind of older now. Henry's 37 or 38.
He's 37 years old. God, we're getting old.
Yeah. Well, I was 23 and I was the second youngest on the team, and he was 21. I'm getting close to 40, so he's got to be 37 or 38. Yeah.
We're getting so old. It's so bad.
I'm staying in shape, baby.
Hey, you do kind of look thin. Like you look like you're in shape a little bit.
I'm training. I've been wrestling with these dudes all the time.
Hey, Ben, so what's next for Henry, though? Like, dude, does Henry Cejudo have do you think Henry Cejudo could get done with fighting and go to Zeke Jones and go, all right, I'm ready to coach. I want to be a coach on Arizona State staff?
Yeah. I mean, literally, listen, if he went and offered his services to Zeke Jones, I'm sure Zeke Jones would take
No, but like as an assistant on staff, could Henry be a college coach?
Does he want to do that? Does he want to do that? You're right. That's like,
who wants to do that work for that money? That's not enough money.
Like if I didn't academy, would I do it? I freaking love coaching. I
you
love
think
it.
So?
Yeah, I probably
no,
would do it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, if I wasn't a club coach, I'd go do that.
I wouldn't want to do it. I always wonder that though. Like for a guy like Henry Cejudo, who's, and again, we've lived
Daniel,
the
hold
life,
on,
right?
Daniel, but hold on. You're coaching a high school team for a mere fraction of what
I don't make any money. It's
what
free.
A college coach would get paid. So shut up. You would do it.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
You already do it.
Could I be honest?
Do it right now.
No, Ben. Can I be honest? It's so much harder to coach college with the recruiting and the travel, dude. A lot of times I just don't go. Like a lot of times, if I need, yeah, but that's for work. But for the most part, when I do like wrestling stuff, sometimes I just don't go. Last week I went to Philadelphia because my son was going to wrestle.
I know, I saw that.
Like if I like a high school match, right? Like this weekend we have like our league tournament and our sectionals. Our team generally dominates it. So I'll go to work. It doesn't really interrupt, but I want to coach in the room. But I do also know what it did to John and them when I was living in Oklahoma. I don't know if
John who?
Smith.
John Smith?
Yeah. I don't know if Henry would want to do that, but I do know that if Henry doesn't have something to chase, he's gonna feel like he's gonna lose himself within himself. You can't go from living the life
You
that
need
we
to have
live
something you're passionate
to
about.
have nothing to chase. You got to have
Correct.
something to chase.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's why I coach wrestling. I coach wrestling because I want to chase something that's so hard to do. Getting all those kids on the same page to go accomplish something great. Henry will have to find that. And I don't know where you find that.
Yeah, that's absolutely. And that's why so many fighters and other athletes end up coming back to the athletics, because it's hard to get those feelings. It's hard to get the same feelings you have for the sport of athletics or football, basketball, whatever. And then you leave and you say, I'm done. And it's nice for a little bit. And then, but you have a personality type. And so you're like, I need something to do. I got to do something.
You start losing your mind.
I can only sit on my ass for 2 weeks and then I need to do something. So,
dude, you literally start to lose your mind if your mind is not like hyper focused on something. You know, Henry Cejudo is trying to earn another chance to fight for the belt at 135. Merab Dvalishvili seems to be a nightmare matchup for everybody in that division.
Yeah, they screwed him so bad. He should be fighting for the title.
Right? Shouldn't he be fighting for the belt right now?
He should. It's terrible.
How could he not be?
It's so bad because Dana.
Why?
Because that's what Dana does sometimes.
He's a fun guy.
Who, Dana or Merab?
Merab.
Yeah, he should be fighting for a title.
You know, before I let you go, I want just a couple seconds on this one here. Aljamain Sterling said that, because we're still talking a little bit about this weight class that he just left. He said he thinks it's laughable that they stack UFC 299 so much to make Sean O'Malley seem like a star. You know, for me, it's always weird to me, right? When Conor McGregor was getting on his way up, he had some really good fight cards under him. Sean O'Malley seems to be getting the same type of treatment. But for me, I think Sean O'Malley in Miami just works. And I think sometimes it's that simple. You need a guy that has a big personality to headline a city like Miami. And I think Sean O'Malley just works.
I mean, listen, this card's good, but it's not an oh my God card.
I think it's pretty good, Ben.
It's good, but it's not oh my God. So you have, I mean, the co-main.
Stop before you go. Stop before you go. I want you to go from the top and just really, really look at the names and pay attention.
Yeah, well, I was going to. So Dustin Poirier and Benoit St. Dennis' second match.
Amazing.
But he's not a big name yet.
But Dustin Poirier is.
Poirier is. Yep. Kevin Holland and Michael Page. Michael Venom
Page just getting there. Amazing.
But he's like, I don't know. So I think he's overrated. He was never
but he's known. He's known to the point, Askren, that whenever he came to my academy, when Bellator was in San Jose, he came to my academy and the kids knew who he was already. Really? They knew who he was, and he was in Bellator at the time. That's not something that happens very often.
Yeah. So, I mean, he had a couple losses in Bellator. He came over. He's good. I mean, that's a fun fight. I'm not complaining about it. I'm going to watch it, and it's going to be fun. You know, Gilbert Burns is good, but Jack Della Maddalena is like, he's like up and coming, not huge yet. Peter Yan, Song Yadong, again, kind of same thing. Like, these are really good fights. They're good fights, but they're not like, oh my God, it's not like what was the last UFC that was really, there was UFC last year. I don't remember which one it was right now. That was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. Every fight was just like a banger. This is like, those are all solid fights. You know, on the prelims, Almeida and Blades, but that has a potential to be a really boring fight, but it could be. But
those guys that are, the winner might get an interim championship fight against Tom Aspinall.
Possibly, yes. Chukagian and Macy should be good.
Bro, you are bad with name pronunciation.
Chukagian.
Caitlin Chukagian, bro.
Well, there's no way you can know that.
I swear to God, Caitlin Chukagian. Hey, listen, and you also called him Benoit St. Dennis. His name is not St. Dennis, bro.
I don't know what his name is. What's his name?
Benoit Saint Denis. Benoit Saint Denis.
Get out of here. You go eat a croissant, you freaking French turd.
Say Benoit Saint Denis.
Saint Denis.
Yeah, Benoit Saint Denis. That's my boy right there.
God, I can't believe you.
Yeah, you like that, huh, Ben?
I am so studied.
Hey, Ben, Thank you again, my friend. It's always fun when we do these. Guys, Ben and I will always be doing these types of episodes. You got something?
I was gonna say I'm gonna send you Mizzou's shirt for this weekend.
I will definitely not wear a Mizzou shirt. And yo, how much lotion did you put on your face before we filmed today, bro? Your shit looks
you know what's so weird is I showered, but it was like an hour and a half ago because you know you're so slow for this. I have no idea. I don't look like this in the mornings. I do FRL in the mornings. I have no idea why it looks like this. I've actually, so listen, I am the least, I'm a simple man. I don't use lotion. I don't use deodorant. There's just all these. I don't use lotion.
You go to bed with your wife with no deodorant?
I have no body odor, Daniel.
Dude, that's nonsense. You're a wrestler.
No body odor.
Bullshit.
I don't have body odor. I don't have body odor. No, I'm telling you the truth.
So ridiculous. We will get into that the next show.
No lotion, no body odor, no nothing.
Guys, make sure you always tap in. Go follow Ben on Twitter, our X, Instagram, everything at Funky Ben Askren. And always make sure you watch Ben and I on Funky and the Champ. Until next time, peace.